Okay, we're going to create a Google map. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure we're signed in. So I obviously am, because my details are there at the top. Click on My Maps. We've got their own video here, but there's a few things I want to show you, a couple of tricks, so we're going to do that. So let's get started. Give it a title and a quick description. When you do this, obviously be clear about what you're doing. Make sure it's a descriptive title and the description actually reflects what you're trying to do. We can collaborate with and share and invite other people to help us, but for this one I don't want to do that. I just want to create a map myself. We want it public, we want it listed so that will be searchable by Google. We're not worried about importing anything. That's the things like KML maps, sort of data language files and things. Don't worry about that at the moment. So let's save it and we'll add our first point. And there's two ways of adding points. I'll show you one first. Okay, so there we go, autocomplete. Gives us Cardiff Castle. Now, slight problem here, this is in the wrong place. Normally, if it's the right place, you could just click on the map point and you can then save to. You can save it to your landmark and work on it from there. But this is clearly wrong, isn't it? We can't use this. So let's close it down, go back to My Maps, go back to our landmarks here. And what you'll notice is the three tools here. Hand just allows you to move around the map. This one, drawing lines, draw along roads. This is really good for routes. For example, the half marathon from the weekend, we could actually map that using this line. Or we can draw boundaries of things like electoral wards or coverage areas using its shapes. It's pretty handy, we'll talk about that again later. The main thing, we want a place marker, so just click on it and here we are. We'll move that down and I'm going to put this bang on the Norman Keep. So here we go. So title, well, pretty obvious, Cardiff Castle. We can enter any text we want in here, and we can even, if we want, change the icon. So if you're doing it sort of different layers of mapping, you can have different colours, but for now I don't want to do that. But what I do want to do is I want to bring in a Flickr picture so we can actually map the Flickr picture. It's one of the many reasons we're going to be using Flickr and why I asked you to set up an account. So here we go. Okay, I've already done a search for Cardiff Castle, but I don't know how many of these pictures are actually copyright cleared. I could go through, bring them up, and here we go, all rights reserved. This could take forever. So instead, this is one of the things Claire was telling you about, use advanced search. And I want to go down here, we're going to have just photos, I don't want videos, and I want Creative Commons license content. This means that basically people who want their content to be used in certain ways or not can put a license on, and we're going to have a look at that. Let's see what we get back. Here we go, so we've got a range of photos here. Yeah, I mean we put a map point on the Norman Keep, so let's do that. Here it is. It's a bit of a funny colour, but do you know what? I quite like it. And here, this is the key for us, share this. Forget all these, we want the grab the HTML or BB code. And here we go, this is the code. Don't have to worry about it for the time being, but I want to use a small one. I'm just going to select the text. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go back to our map. I'm going to edit the HTML, and I'm going to paste it in. And then underneath, I'm just going to put a caption in now. Again, don't worry too much about the HTML, but this works in pairs. So whenever you see normally HTML code, you would open it with like this, and then close it like that. And this is P paragraph. So I'm just going to put Cardiff Castle's Norman Keep. I'm going to OK that. I'm going to save the map. But if you click on it at this point, it'll just bring this back up. So let's close that again. I'm going to hit done, so we've finished. This map is currently not editable. And there we go. So that's your first embed. And we'll be talking more about embedding and HTML code and the like. But this is a very, very simple way of building a map. We'll be doing more complicated things. We'll be talking about even the use of these in data stories. But for now, this is how to do it. Simple point by point, add to a map and create your own.